Have you ever felt lost in life? Have you ever felt like you were searching for a home, but you weren't sure if you ever even felt that home, or you were trying to get back to it, but you didn't know how? If you've ever wondered why nothing ever lights you up anymore, if you've poured everything into someone else and still ended up empty, this video is for you. Because what if you're not lost? What if you were just taught to completely disconnect from yourself? This isn't just my story, it's the story of a lot of us. Because most of us were trained from childhood to abandon ourselves, but no one really called it that. You were told to be good instead of being honest. You were told that you were too sensitive when you had emotions. You were rewarded for being quiet, for being obedient, being helpful, not for being real. You were taught that being liked was more important than being you. And by the time we grow up, we don't even trust our own voice anymore. We look to everyone else, parents, teachers, bosses, partners, to tell us who we are. And then we choose people to be in our lives from that place. Then we overfunction in relationships. We accept breadcrumbs and we call it love. We define our identity by being someone's wife, partner, or a caregiver. And when that ends, we don't just lose a person, we lose the version of ourselves that we built around them. We lose our own identity. And that's why so many people feel completely unmoored after divorce or heartbreak. They're not just grieving the relationship, they're grieving the loss of their own voice, the loss of their own identity. When I was at one of my lowest points, I decided to watch The Secret again, and I remembered the law of attraction. And for the first time in a long time, something really clicked. And it wasn't about blaming myself for the pain that I had attracted. It was about realizing that I'd been living so far out of alignment with who I really was. And that one moment led to reading some books, and then it led to a class, and then it led to a therapist, and eventually to this YouTube channel, because I'm finally speaking my truth. It wasn't a straight line to find myself, but it was a sacred one, and I finally feel at home. So here's what I believe. Most people aren't lost. They're just buried beneath years of self-abandonment, beneath people-pleasing, beneath survival mode, beneath being a good girl or a good boy, beneath the fear of being too much. When you stop outsourcing your worth, and when you quiet the noise from what others expect from you, you begin to hear yourself again. And that's what alignment actually is. Presence, wholeness, and truth. And gratefulness isn't about just being happy with what you have. Gratefulness is about the vibration that you're in. It's about feeling the good emotions that you should be feeling from your life. It's not about keeping yourself humble, and it doesn't mean that you can't wish for wonderful, amazing things in your future. So if you're watching this and something in you is stirring, you're not broken. You might be remembering the way home isn't through doing anymore. It's from coming back to the little girl inside who always knew, the one who knew that she was loved. She knew what felt right. She knew what was real. You don't need a new identity. You just need to come home to the one that was buried. And that's what I do here. And if you're on this journey too, I'm so glad you're here.
They taught us early to be helpful, to be quiet, to smile even when something didn't feel right. We were praised for being good, for putting others first, for saying sorry when it wasn't even our fault, for giving hugs even when we were uncomfortable. And slowly, we learned that love was something we earned by shrinking, by softening. We spend time in school learning that others, even strangers, know us better than we know ourselves. To ignore our gut instinct, to ignore what our body is telling us it needs, for the good of a group, for the convenience of others. Taught to ignore the voice inside that says, this doesn't feel right. But that voice never really left. It just got quiet. And now, we're starting to hear it again. That voice that says, you don't have to earn your worth. Your comfort matters. You were never meant to disappear to be loved. This isn't a rebellion, it's a recognition. When did we learn that being good meant listening to the voice of others and not our own? How many times did we silence our own voice for praise? Such a good girl, so sweet, so easy to be around. But what did it cost us? How many times did we trade our comfort for someone else's approval, to be loved, to be called hardworking, to be chosen for being easy? How many times have we heard phrases like, the cool girl, the chill girl, the low maintenance girl? Those are the ones that get chosen. Were we taught to numb our own needs? And how do we even begin to recognize our own voice midlife? Can it finally come back? Yes, and it will. And this is the emotional alchemy I'm teaching here at Journey to Jessica. You don't have to stop caring about others. That's not what this is about. Because I've known people who only care about themselves, who only listen to their own needs, and who only listen to their own voice. And what I'm realizing now is, it's not about becoming that person. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't attract those people anymore, who doesn't chase those people anymore, who doesn't want to be chosen by those people anymore. So if you feel lost, you're not, because I see you. If this stirred something in you, please like my video and consider subscribing to join this journey to realignment. I release new videos every week.